Hey guys, Mama Bear here. So, I wanted to do a quick video on some vacuum sealing that I've been telling you guys about. And I just got a tooth pulled today, and I've got some new equipment in my mouth, so I'm probably talking a little weird. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'll show you what I have here. I've got a Bonson Kitchen food vacuum. It's a vacuum saver. I think it's 20 bucks on Amazon. It comes with a few bags, and then you can order bags that are pretty much universal to each machine. So I got a bag of 100 this size for 10 bucks. So, and then I think I got another one that is a little bigger for also 10 bucks. Pretty cool. So, the ones that come with it are in a roll, and they're like this. So it's just a continual sheet, only sealed on the side. So when you want to start it, you've got to seal it off first, then put your stuff in it, and then seal it again. So it's really convenient just to have for quick things something already measured out. So I wanted to give you a quick instructional. I've got some spaghetti left over, and I've got a husband that doesn't particularly like leftovers, unless I can turn it into something else. So you'll just take one of your bags and kind of make a cuff out of it. Because if you get food all on the inside right here, when you put it in the machine and it goes to suck all the air out of it, it will put yucky stuff in your machine. So you just kind of give it a nice cuff like this. And then if you do get anything on the side, it won't be up here where it matters. That's the part that's going to go actually into the machine. So we're going to do this. Also, I should have made a video earlier. I sat down to do some garlic, and I had a whole bunch of garlic. So I peeled it, chopped it, and put it in olive oil and put it in the fridge. So then when I need some fresh garlic to add to a recipe or cooking, I can just get some out of this oil. Also, the oil is fragrant with garlic. So it lasts a very long time because oxygen's not getting to it. The oil protects it. Like I said, I should have done a video, but I'm telling you about it because this has really saved me a lot of time in the kitchen. I just sat and watched TV, peeled a lot of garlic. Another thing you can do, get you a jar quite a bit bigger than this. Get your peels off the clove, or your garlic off the clove. So you'll have your little cloves of garlic. Put it in a big empty jar, shake it around, and it will peel your garlic, especially if you shake it hard enough. So that's another really cool tip. So that's one way that saved me another time. Time again is having the garlic peeled with my mason jar. Then I made me a big batch. I just chopped it up with my little garlic chopper, and super cool. So now I have garlic that will last me for months. Another thing that I have is a stainless steel bar that looks like a bar of soap. And after you use garlic or onion, you can take that little stainless steel bar and just rub it over your hands under the water. You can use soap or not, whatever. And that will take the smell off your hands. Pretty neat, I know. So you can also do it, like if you have a stainless steel sink and you've got the middle divider, you can just rub your hand on the side of that sink as well. Anything really that's stainless steel. I just happen to have a little, my mother-in-law got me a really nice little, looks like a bar, so it's easy to kind of hang on to and rub. Anyway, that's another little helpful tip that I've learned in the kitchen through the years. So, here we go. I'm going to try and make these into like portion serving. Well, hello. You do not need any spaghetti. I'm going to try to make them into about a portion each. And I did tell hubby I'm turning these into microwave dinners, and at one point or another I'm going to be cashing these in, so that'll be interesting. Like, hey, I don't feel like cooking, we've got a bunch of options in the freezer, because if I make a meal, sometimes I like to make leftovers because I like to have them for lunch or whatever, and I don't necessarily want to cook every time I want to eat. And he does not. He's not really with the leftover kind of thing like I am. So I just had a big idea. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I had a big idea. I'm thinking of trying to use my canning funnel in the opening of this bag to see if it helps. I still have the cuff down. Never done this before, so you're going to get to see right here live how this works. And it works really good, so cool. So that will save us some time. I don't know if you've seen me struggling with that other one, but it was kind of a struggle. Wasn't that great. And this is just, the weight of that spaghetti is just slipping it right on down in that bag. Easy peasy. So cool. Alright, so now I guess we can just kind of squish it down in there before I pull it out. Perfect. Nice. Alright. So see what I mean about that top? You don't want this upper top dirty because it will start getting your machine all nasty. So just keep that in mind. These are so good for leftovers because even things that you don't think freeze well, like I never think bell peppers freeze good. To me, they have a weird texture and taste after, and just different things. If you vacuum seal that, they do not taste bad. Almost anything freezes well with a vacuum seal.
It was indeed Valerie Clemens was again brought in by CEOs and helped once again to put on his jacket and time to prepare for this.
Like I told you, the weight of that just pulls it down, and it is just going right down in there. That is so beautiful.
For the trial to begin today. Now, the morning began when Isabella's father said he'll still understand he's returning there to continue being questioned.
I think another one of these bags need an olive. Perfect. All right, so. Well, you know,
he says he doesn't remember the lead-in, but we often just.
that's just how it is in the real kitchen.
At one point, Attorney Kessler and Zedhiel were talking over each other.
You have slips and mess ups, and you know, you just gotta roll with it. Oh, you know, I was doing so good there, and I might try and edit that out, but I doubt it because what's, you know, I don't want to make everybody think I'm perfect. I'm just a regular mom doing regular kitchen stuff, so nothing fancy, nothing special. So I hope you can see this well. I'm going to put this in my machine. Since this is moist, all I do is close it, latch it on each end, and push moist. Just takes a little bit. I'm going to bring you in a little closer. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. It sucks the air right out. You can even smush it to make it stack better in the freezer.
He said she was a goof when asked about Isa and fought back tears. The state then played the 911 call from Zedhiel Miguel in the morning they found her gone. His voice is cracking.
And then I'll write with a Sharpie what it is, and I'll put a date. Always write what's in it and what date you put it in, because there's going to come a time you're not going to remember what all is in these packages.
I don't like Dad, and Dad is bad. Today they showed Isa's closet.
I also like a date because I want to know how long it's been in there, just for my own reference. Now you do need to wait a few seconds before you start another one, just a few seconds. I think they recommend like 5 seconds or something, because it can be so hot that it starts sealing your bag before it has the time to suck the air out. So there's a reason for it. It is so fast though, y'all. This happens so fast, and as soon as any moisture or liquid starts coming up towards your machine, it'll automatically turn it off. So you don't have to, like if it is something real saucy or juicy, it'll turn itself off. So that's another good little thing to know.
Dan Mars reporting live from O'Reilly Chevrolet from our Hero Fund USA fundraiser where you can step in to help our local first responders. Details straight ahead.
So they're all looking good, and these will be so easy to stack in the freezer. Look how thin that is. So let's say I need a meal. All I gotta do is pop one of these out of the freezer. And another cool thing is you can heat these up just like this in the package. You don't have to take these out of the package to heat them up. I don't know if you're familiar with the sous vide cooking, but they take a steak or vegetable or whatever it is and put it in this bag and cook it in water. Well, you can take these and put them in the microwave and heat your food up in this bag. And they will swell up usually. So if it's like me, sometimes I try, if the bag is not really badly used, I will try to use it again. I'll wash it and dry it and use it again. If it was something like spaghetti or chili or something, I probably wouldn't, just because it's probably going to stain the plastic and all that. But I was going to say, if you're trying to reuse the bag, microwaving it in the bag probably isn't the best idea, because it does probably damage the bag bad enough to where you can't use it again. So there's that. But if you need to, in a pinch, or you want to, whatever, if you're not trying to ever use the bag again, certainly you can. It won't hurt a thing.
I knew Gospel Rescue Mission can help and be a safe place.
Oh, so I should tell you,
Lord, and return
one
to
thing
you.
I'm doing is every time I cook, if we have leftovers, I'm taking the leftovers and I'm making meals like this, because we're gonna go on an RV journey. And I do not want to cook every single meal. And I don't want to eat out every meal. It's expensive. And I don't want to throw leftovers away. And I don't want to buy microwave dinners, because I particularly think my food is better than a microwave dinner. And so, especially since I've found this freezing method, it has been such a game changer to save food. And it tastes just like, almost, I want to say like, it tastes 85% as good as it did when it was fresh. I mean, you're going to lose a little bit of freshness because it was frozen and reheated. But it's a degree that I can handle for sure. So, I don't know if you're familiar with Mexican food. I grew up in New Mexico, where we have excellent Mexican food, and there is a dish I absolutely love called asado. And it's a red sauce. You make your red sauce with your chilies, you boil them down and blend them up and season it. And you add, in a whole separate pot, you're cooking beef or pork. You can cube it up, and you put a little bit of flour over it while it's cooking, and you cook it in oil or lard, whatever. And then you drain that, and you add the chili sauce in, and you cook it for a couple hours. But the meat is so tender, it just falls apart. And then you eat it with rice and tortillas on the side, and it is so good. So I bought a big butt roast, pork butt roast at Fry's a while back, and it was very cheap. And I had family coming in, and so I knew I was going to need some large meals, for the family. So I ended up taking this large pork butt. I cut it up into cubes, and I cooked it all at once and made asado. And then I froze me several, they were bigger than this since I had family coming in, but several packs of asado for the family. And it was just as good as it was the day I made it. It was so amazing. So anyway, next time I make it, I will make a video, I promise. Alright guys, so I think that's it for today. If I come up with any more brilliant ideas, I will let you know though. Bye.
Every dollar counts. We want to say thank you to those who've already given.